On this episode of WowNatchez, we're here with Dr. Ruth Nichols, who is a native of Natchez. She's moved away, but she has since come back, and we felt she would have some interesting things to share with us. Dr. Nichols, can you tell us how you left Natchez and then decided to come back?
I grew up here and had a great childhood. And I can't say enough about the public school system in Natchez because I graduated there. And went on to college and came back home. I went to college and several schools. People say any ball game that's on TV on Saturday, I went to one of the schools. So I can root for anybody. But finally wound up as a school teacher, K through 8, and taught kindergarten in Vidalia. And God really takes you where you need to be. So one summer, I substituted in the technical college over in Faraday working with adults. And I realized that that's what I really loved. And that you teach them all the same way.
Yes.
The adults just don't get up this fast after a nap, as the little kids do. So I realized that adults were my heart and the passion that I had for helping and teaching and empowering and encouraging adults. So just through a chain of events, I moved away to Georgia and went to Atlanta to help set up the technical college system and the GED system in the state of Georgia. And through a few more events, including a marriage, I moved to the North Georgia mountains and started the GED program at a technical college up there. And I was at that school for 20 years and eventually became the president at the college, and just the most magnificent experience anybody could ever have, working with all those young people and older people and really making things happen in a very rural, very impoverished area of the state of Georgia.
What is it on your journey that brought you back to Natchez?
After the college in Georgia, I realized that I would always go back home. So I met with some people from Alcorn State University at some conferences and decided that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to help with that university that's supposed to here in Natchez. And Colin I had gone to before, so it was education. It was paying that part of my life back forward to Natchez.
Wow, well that's fantastic. And Dr. Ruth, what do you find that you really enjoy in Natchez, like some of the great things that we have here?
It's what everybody else says about Natchez. It's the people. I still have a lot of friends left here, and the beauty of Natchez, the history of Natchez, but primarily the people. And quite honestly, I was very interested, especially through Alcorn, and was to try to bring people together. And it's been a wonderful adventure and very, very successful. And Alcorn allowed me to pretty much write my own way and do my own thing. People, workforce development and small business development, those were the things that I really wanted to bring back to Natchez.
Who was the biggest influence in your life growing up that made you who you are today?
Everybody says the same thing, their family, but mine really was. My father sat on the rocking chair on my front porch out in the country and told me there were two things in life, and that was time and choices. And if you think about the time that you have and the choices that you make, those are the things that make up your life. And so that, I don't know why I remembered that, but it has inspired me all the rest, through until today.
Well, and it's so true.
Yeah.
Well, if you could give advice to the young people today, what is the one most important advice you would give them?
I, on purpose, went through life coach certification training to work with young people. And what I learned from that is what young people really need to grasp is self-care. They need to learn how to care for themselves. And sometimes if they can't pay something back, they need to pay it forward. And it's just a good lesson for them.
Really awesome. On a daily basis, what motivates you?
I guess my crazy mind, there's always something else that I want to get involved in or do, or it might be that little dog that's rubbing his face on the floor. He'll really motivate you, but really, even at this ripe old age, there still are so many things and so many people that have needs and worries, and it just breaks my heart for somebody to not have something happy happen in their day. So, you know, we all have transition times, and I'm in one right now, but finding out what my next purpose is, or my next adventure, or my next goal.
What one word would you use to describe yourself?
I think 2 words, fast forward.
Okay.
I think we have to think forward, never back, because not even God can change the past. So we have to keep thinking forward. And when you are my age, you think fast forward, because you better get on it. You better get after it.
Yes, that's great. What are some of your immediate plans for the future?
Well, I just got some of my new plans. I'm leaving in a couple of weeks to go to Montana and Wyoming to help them with some of their efforts to restore their small businesses after the COVID, after all the problems they've had with that. So I'm going to go do that for several months. And then what I really want to do is develop the life coaching, even if you don't call it life coaching, just some kind of system that is there for people if they feel like they need to reach out.
Right. That's awesome.
That's it.
This concludes our visit today with Dr. Ruth Nichols, and thank you so much for joining us today on WowNatchez. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit like, and also hit the bell so you will be notified for the next video of Natchez. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Michael from WowNatchez here in Cleveland, Mississippi. I've got my Boyle, Mississippi, the Delta. I've got my assistant Melissa over here creating a brunch that I've just taught her how to make. It's called what is it called? Oh, it's called a French toast brunch. I've been making it for years, and I just wanted to share it with you. Oh, French toast casserole. Will you people let me? It's my creation. So let's go with that and take a look and see how this goes. What is it I'm making?
French toast casserole.
I'm making a French toast casserole. Look, I've had my assistant. I've shown her how to do it. So I wanted you to kind of get an idea of how to make French toast casserole. And let me turn this around. But she's doing a great job. It's really her first time at it. So, Melissa, how are you doing so far?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
Thanks
okay.
for your lessons.
Absolutely, yeah. What's the best I can do? And I've got the usual suspects here. Here we are, and this is the phase 2 of the French toast casserole. And I've taught Melissa just recently how to do it. And this is homemade French bread that I just made and packaged for her. She just bought it from me from the room they were staying in at the Wood Acres. Would you say that's a good loaf of bread?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, I taught you well. Okay, good. I've got Jerry Toe here. I've got our visitor friend Annette here. Best friend Les Warren here. And we're just having a good time. This is for a brunch. This is a great idea to have brunch. Now, Melissa, what did you tell me that you've learned from this so far?
Not to take lessons from you.
Oh. Now, Melissa. Okay, good. And this is going to be.
Not to steal your phone.
And don't steal my phone. That's right. So we just want to share this with you. We're out and about in Cleveland, Mississippi, and want to share some good times. Boyle, Mississippi, and just want to share this with you, and we'll talk a little bit more. Let's just keep going forward here now. What is it that I've shown you how to do next? Or what's that little? Why are you laughing?
What have you shown me how to do?
Yeah. I just make sure you got your baking powder. You got a little baking powder. How much baking powder did I tell you?
Teaspoon.
Okay, how much baking soda did you? Okay, good. She's on the right track. All right, look at that, folks. She's got the bread in there just like I told her how to cut it. Put it in there like a little mat. This is sliced French bread. How much salt did you use?
A little bit.
A little bit.
What's that?
It's like cornbread. Is that not fabulous? No. It's like sweet cornbread though. It's kind of savory, but it's
That's
not
corn
sweet.
cake.
It's corn cake, yeah.
Yeah.
So Melissa, this is 5 eggs.
It's 5 eggs.
Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful these farm fresh eggs are, folks. From Boyle, Mississippi. A day trip from Natchez. We've got milk now. It's going to go in with the fresh eggs. Just like I taught her. Good. Now you're going to whisk that, aren't you? Whisking away. We got 5 eggs and some milk. 2% milk. Those cows are so creative. They can just hit a faucet and be 2%, another faucet for 1%. We got skim coming out of some cows. And then full fat is 3%. Look how pretty that is. We need that on a wall somewhere. That'd be a good paint color.
In a nursery.
In a nursery.
I'll split it with Michael,
You've got one time.
because I can't do it that way.
There we go. We're pouring it on the French bread casserole, just like I taught her. All right. Even Steven. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. That last little bit of egg mix out there. Before baking. We're going to let it sit for a while, and we're going to bake it in the morning. Fabulous. You want the recipe? You gotta call Melissa, or you gotta
pay for it.
pay for it. Yeah, pay for it. It's a overnight express from Boyle with our creation
In the refrigerator,
in the fridge.
What's in there, Melissa?
What?
Is there any cinnamon or what?
Nope.
Vanilla, nothing?
Vanilla.
So it's like French toast, but it's a casserole.
Correct.
Awesome.
And the syrup stuff is on the bottom with the pecans. So when you scoop it out, you flip it over.
Yeah, just like I taught her. Yeah,
Like, yummy.
yeah. She's got it down.
Yummy.
For the first time, not bad.